Aloha guys, hope everyone's doing well. I'm going to bring you a little video, not on this wave. Let me get out of Photoshop and minimize that. But on video editing and something that I encountered when I was shooting with my Mavic Air 2 in lower light. So as you see, this was me shooting some footage in Chicago when they were raising the bridges because of all this protesting and rioting, which is kind of sad, but at the same time a pretty cool video photo op for us creators. And one of the things that you may be or may not be familiar with, the Mavic Air 2 is not necessarily an amazing low-light drone, and like a Mavic 2 Pro, for example, which has a 1-inch sensor and a little bit better in the low-light scenarios. And I captured the footage just to see, because I'm testing this drone out. You know, I have 2 of them now. But as you see, there is noise and grain in the sky, and the whole thing just looks not super pleasing. And I wanted to see if I can kind of color grade and do something in regards to a noise reduction plugin. I knew there was stuff out there, but I didn't really know which noise reduction plugin to go with. So I started researching and looking into the different options. And I actually first called the people over at this guy. Where was it? At Final Cut, what is it called? Oh, Pixel Film Studios. I have some of their plugins, and I was talking to the guy on the online chat, and he actually was kind of pushing me away from the noise reduction plugin that they offer. He said it was really intensive on the computer, super slow, and the more I researched, and he wasn't really that complimentary, honestly, of the plugin. He was kind of implying to stay away. So I did, and I went and searched other places, and I stumbled upon this guy right here, Neat Video. I'm going to get out of this tab right here. So Neat Video seemed to be really simplistic, and I did a little bit more research, and I realized all these noise reduction plugins are going to be really intensive on your computer. I got a 5K iMac. I mean, this guy has 64 gigabytes of memory. It's a i7, so I mean it's not super slow, but at the same time it's not an iMac Pro or something super crazy. But this should be able to handle relatively well, but not, again, something like this. It's not just going to hammer through a noise reduction plugin, and that's what I found out. There are little things you need to do or could do. So again, if you read, there's different kinds of things, like in Final Cut, maybe go into preferences and turn off background rendering and keep the view to better performance, not better quality. So there's little things you can do, and maybe when you're working on the footage, disable in the effects panel this guy right here, the reduce noise section. So this is the plugin for Neat Video. But I went ahead and bought it and started playing around, and I realized that it actually is pretty good, and I'm happy with my purchase. So Neat Video gets a thumbs up from me, but let me show you a little bit about how we use it. So let me go and show you again what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing this video, I'm seeing that it's kind of grainy, I'm seeing that there's noise in the background and little artifacting and just not super pleasant. Let me go and skim to the next clip. So now we got a darker clip. Whoop. And I'm going to zoom into that guy. Let me just skim this way. And you can see the same thing. There's noise over here. It just kind of looks broken apart, as far as not being clean and nice and smooth and creamy kind of looking. And not too creamy to where it doesn't have detail, but at the same time not grainy where it looks unappealing. And this is kind of that way. It's not really an appealing grain in this footage. And as you see more, same kind of thing, like artifacting over here. And I'm going to let it play through. Well, it's playing in the better performance, not quality. So as you see, this zone in here in the sky. So I went ahead, downloaded the plugin from Neat Video, and I believe they charge, let me see how much it is. So it was like $100 roughly for Final Cut. Why was it more than that? Oh, it was the Pro. Okay, that was what it was. The Pro was $129 because it allows 4K and higher resolution. So I went ahead and did that because I use a lot of 4K footage with my drones and other cameras. So it's roughly $130. But at the same time, it was worth it because as you see, I'm going to go ahead and show you. So essentially you install it, and then it will be here in, let me see. the plugin, it should be, where are you? Right here, Neat Video and Reduce Noise version 5. So as you see, I already have it loaded, and I'm going to go ahead into this little section over here. I don't even know what they consider this little video inspector. And I'm going to scroll down. I have my color wheels. That's like my color grading section. And then over here, I got a few things with this finishing plugin, which is essentially from that other place. This guy right here, that's from Pixel Film Studios. But the noise reduction, and this is what this video is about, is this Reduced Noise version 5. And I'm going to click that, and we're going to take a look at the video. Now, if you can see, same kind of thing. I'm going to go back to the first clip, but the computer does get relatively sluggish, and you see that beach ball, spinning wheel of death kind of thing, or pinwheel, whatever you want to call it, moving around a lot. But, oh, let me see. Let me go ahead and get to the video where I enable the clip, which is right over here. I'm going to go to better quality. And as you see, it's kind of just getting weird with how it responds. I'm going to hit full screen. Oh, it's so annoying. I don't know why it's lagging, but it's because of the plugin. So my fans are running, and it is intensive, but as you see, in my opinion, it's well worth it. You got to be a little frustrated with the heavy, intensive plugin, but let me play. Come on. As you see the little spinning wheel? And it should be rendered, I thought. Well, regardless of playing it back, I'm going to show you first right here. You can see this is with the plugin enabled, and the sky looks a lot better. There we go. It's going from like there. It's fully rendered right now. But you can see the sky looks nice. It looks much nicer than before when it was all grainy and kind of broken apart. And the buildings are smoother and yet still showing nice detail. And again, you can play around with this more. It just gets a little bit frustrating because every move you make with this plugin enabled is very slow and, you know, computer intensive. So you do have to deal with that. But at the same time, once you get the hang of it and you know maybe where the settings are, you can at least improve the footage right away. And I would imagine when you're working with the footage, you do want to keep this thing unchecked if you're making other adjustments to it, because it will slow down, like even just scrubbing through your timeline. But again, something like this, here, let me go over here. So as you see here, let's watch the video. You can see all this noise and kind of almost like it's sparkling. It's just not attractive and cool to me. And again, this is a Mavic Air 2. And now we can go over here. I'm going to enable this. And I don't know if I can play it back because it probably will be really slow. And then I'm going to go ahead and go full screen. And I'm not touching anything. But the beach ball's already starting because that plugin is enabled. And again, so there's a little pro and con, but at the same time, it does the job and it does it nicely. So you can see here what happened to the sky. It took away all that little artifacting that was going on. It gave it a little bit more, you know, it gave it a nice noise reduction and kind of smooth out the footage. Yet at the same time, I was able to maintain detail and sharpen it a bit with that other plugin that I have, and life is good. So I would definitely give a thumbs up to Neat Video because it is actually a very simple plugin. I'm going to close out of this so I don't confuse it. So Neat Video right here. All you do is purchase it, download it, and literally it's right here in the effects panel. And you just drag this onto your clip. And then over here, you can go down over here and just select. So I can double click on it. And it will open up the reduce noise panel. But it's definitely slow. This is one I really wish I had, one of those $30,000 Mac Pros. But let me see. I don't, unless I win the lottery. So let me see. I'm trying to open this panel so I can show you what's in here. Wait, let me stop this. This thing should not be playing. Okay, come on, stop. So as you see, the thing starts kind of getting a mind of its own. Here, I'm going to change this. And again, I turned off background rendering, just so you're aware. Okay, this is it. There we go. So this is essentially, and I could do another video on how to use this, but I'm going to give you a really quick rundown. So what you do, you get this little panel right here, and it will show you where the noise is in the actual footage. So you can see it's kind of, see video frame were dropped. You can see it's in the sky area, like right in the zone. And what you do is you create a profile, and you go over here. Here, let me see. This is where I kind of forgot what we do. I think we go prepare noise. I think this is what you do. You kind of drag a little box, and you can move it around to the zone where the noise is, and it will show you the noise levels. And again, it's not going to be super noisy right now because I already did a noise reduction, but as you see, this noise level is higher in this zone. So it says 28.3, and what you do is, I believe you go and just hit apply. But again, this isn't necessarily on how to use it. I just want to let you know that the Neat Video Noise plugin is worth looking into, and they do have a full, like, how to use this guy, and I can do another video on that soon. But it's pretty simple. Here, let me see if I can just show you right now. Here, I'm going to go ahead and take a clip that's shorter. I'm going to delete this noise reduction. Okay, so there's no noise reduction on this clip, right? Come on. Let me see. Better performance. Ugh, it's so slow. So I don't have that. So what I'm going to do now, okay, stop. So I'm going to drag the reduced noise Neat plugin. It's going to load it. I'm going to select here. So I'm going to select it and like click, and that will prepare the options for the video. And I think working with smaller clips will help out as well, just so you guys are aware. Maybe do a little test clip and see where you need to be. Okay, so now what you need to do is you kind of are going to prepare, I guess, a noise profile. So as you see, this is the zone that looks pretty bad right down in the sky area. So I just have this crosshair and ultra low. So I'm going to bring this, and I still don't know completely how to use this guy. This was me just wanting to get this thing working. So as you see, noise level 43. And then what you can do is build the profile. That's what you need to do. So you build a profile, and then you apply the profile. So again, here's your luminance. So this is your dark, your black areas. And it even says a little adjust estimation of noise level and luminance channel component relative to noise profile. This is going to be, what does this guy do? Whoop. So essentially, what I'm going to do now is just apply it. So without getting totally into every little setting, I'm going to go and apply. So you basically go in there, you select the profile, the plugin, you bring it into the clip, you click over here, it will bring you into that window, you drag the crosshair into the clip, and then you see what it does. So now it went from here. Again, you got to deal with, okay, that's really soft, but I think it's because I'm showing a bad quality. So I'm going to go to better quality really quickly. And you see what I'm dealing with the plugin being kind of slow. So I'm going to go over here, full screen, and we got to be patient. And you see it looks pretty, a little soft maybe, but way better then I'm going to remove this guy. Okay, remember how that just looked? To that. So, I mean, here, let me do that one more time. Not this clip, it's the one after. I mean, look at that. Super grainy and noisy, and to me, it's pretty distracting. So again, I'm going to go ahead and click the reduce noise from Neat Video. We got to be patient with the whole. So I would imagine if you have a slow computer, this is going to be pretty hard to use and run. But if you have a computer that is relatively decent, I think you will be all right. So I'm going to go ahead and click this guy again. Go full screen. And let's see what it looks like. So a lot better, right? I mean, I think so. It's a lot more pleasing. I don't know why this thing keeps on wanting to tick forward. It really does behave kind of erratically with the plugin, but it's something you just got to deal with and work around. And as I said, even the guy who was at that other company was saying that all the reduced noise plugins are super intensive and taxing on your system. So there is that. Okay, let me see if I can get back to the video. Okay, it has to snap in the play. There we go. But that looks pretty good. So again, there, which, you know, there is still detail, and you can add a sharpening plugin to this after. So that's what I did. I went ahead and used the reduced noise from Neat Video, got the reduction of the noise and grain down a bit, and then I sharpened it a bit with just a slight sharpening in this finishing plugin, which was that Pixel Studios. And let me see, I'm going to show you again one more time without, and you see the grain and how it just looks pretty beaten up as far as the footage. It's not holding together nicely. So a big thumbs up for Neat Video. I do think it's a real good option, especially for, you know, $130, basically $100 range. You get 4K output and more, I believe. And it's pretty simple. It is a little bit taxing on the system, but it did a very nice job. And let me see if I could find the footage actually really quickly. I'm going to go over here. I think it's on my Drobo, YouTube, Mavic Air 2. Bridges up. Okay. So let me play this, and I'll show you guys. And I'll put a link to this video as well, so you can see this was done with Neat Video noise reduction plugin, and it helped out the footage tremendously in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think, but this is my suggestion for a noise reduction plugin so far. And I'm going to skim, and you can see way more cherry than before. Everything in the sky would have been really grainy and just kind of falling apart, and to me my focus would have been on that. And now it's on the beauty of Chicago and some kind of crazy historic times going on, and that's about it, guys. So you can watch the video in its entirety. But thanks for tuning in, and subscribe if you feel like these videos are helpful to you, and aloha for now. Peace, guys. Be well. Be safe. Bye.